Hello everybody, as I promised you, today I finally get to do what I wanted to do for a while. We're gonna do the video talking about the full moon starting on the 22nd of April, which is soon coming. We're gonna be talking about the Belatne Festival and Lag Omer, about counting the Omer. If you remember, we had exactly the same conversation last year about this time. And we were talking about Lag Baomer, we were talking about the fires that you do at the end of spring, and that they celebrate a new beginning, celebrate richness, fertility. It's all connected in Belatne Festival, which, by the way, it is a Druid celebration. It's a pagan celebration now, festival, and it's exactly the same one celebrating in Judaic religion, in Judaism, and representing exactly the same thing. Let's talk about the new moon coming on the 22nd of April. This new moon, it's a bit, let's call it strange compared with other new moons from other times. And this time it doesn't mean anything to you, but I'll tell you now that it's in conjunction with Uranus, and it's in conjunction with, where is the other one? I just lost it.
Do you want me to stop it?
Saturn. And what are those things bring to us? Well, it is a change. It's not the change we are all waiting. The new moon brings excitement, but also unexpected change and rebellion. We're gonna hear, we're gonna see. All I want you not to be part of it. We're gonna see lots of aggressive reactions, accidents, and chaos, and those are just few examples, and they're all going to be coming from the fact that people accumulate energy. We're all accumulating energy from days and days of sitting in the house, been isolating, and this is the way that people will release the energy. What is the way around for us to escape safe and be well? We need to be flexible. We need to be open-minded to adapt to the changing conditions. We need to seek safer options for change and excitement. And I decided that for the next let's call it 30-something days, I will keep you excited, and I will keep you in a little project that we're going to start tonight, and I'm going to tell you all about a bit later. The new moon suggested the changes are caused by the conflict between Uranus and Saturn. If Uranus brings the unexpected change and the rebellions, Saturn will bring exactly the same thing, and it can bring change, the change you want. It can come harder this time, and it can bring change that you don't want anymore. Look, it's not all bad. A change, it's already happening under our eyes from the last few weeks now. We're all stuck in the house. We all have to find alternative of procuring our food and all our supply, and some of us have the kids stuck in the house as well, not happy. I don't think anybody's happy under the circumstances. Maybe the kids are complaining, if we would have had a big mansion with a pool and a sauna and a this and a that and a yard and a grill, and we don't have any of those, but we are adapting to the change that is already unveiling in front of our eyes. We need to start making progress, reaching our goals, and our goals, they will become increasingly difficult, more difficult, but not impossible. We must strive, we must find an object, we must a passion, we must find something to do with our days, every day, to find a new reason to stand up from bed, to clean ourselves, have a shower, have your coffee, wear nice clothes, put some makeup on, do something that it makes you feel alive, it makes you feel normal. We need to find a new normality in everything that's happening now. And what we can do about this new moon, you know, we have the ritual with the candles, which of course we can do it. We light the 2 candles, we pray, and we sit down. We take the piece of paper and a pen, and we write down all the changes that we want to come in our life. Because of the importance that it has, this new moon, with all the conjunction and everything possible it can happen, I want you to write down only changes and only things that you want to come into your life and you want to change for yourself for the next month. Let's work our goal from this new moon to the next new moon. And things are going to happen between those 2 moons, and they're gonna be really important. And I'm gonna let you, and it's gonna take me to Omer and Belatne Festival as well. I'm gonna let you know. Anyway, just to close with the new moon, I'm gonna tell you about the fact that we need to start to change our habits a bit. Nothing is going to be the same. This is the new reality, this is the new normality, and we just need to adapt to it. You have to improve your skills on internet, on the phone. If you don't use the internet, talk to your friends, call your neighbors. If you have vulnerable family members, they live inside your house, help them. If you want to help your neighbors, they can't procure food or other necessity, and you can help them, but always keep in mind the social distance, keep in mind all the safety measures that you need to take. And that's been said, let's go to the Omer. We talked about Omer being the festival of fire. It's not the lights, it's the fire. We know now that fire represents purity. Through fire we cleanse ourselves. The whole significance of lighting the candles and praying at the light of the candles. Fire, for me at least, it represents the direct connection between us, between the person and God. I see that the most direct one, the quicker one, the easiest one for myself. You know, there are 7 basis emotions that make up the spectrum of human experience, the human being. There are 7 weeks that in Judaic religion they're going to count the Omer days. Now I'm going to tell you first what actually Omer, because Omer, as a translation, represents it's an ancient Israelite unit of measure, and it measures dry substance like grains. 1 Omer represents 9.30 cups, for example. Now, talking about the human emotions all along those weeks, so they have 39 days. During the 39 days, they're going to meditate, and they're going to try to change everything about what it means to be a human being. And the project I'm presenting you today that we're gonna do for the next days until the festival, that we burning all the person. That was my cat, by the way. Hi, Tappy. That we burning everything that it was connecting to us from the past us. We're going to become new persons with greater new values, and our spirits and our energies, they're going to be elevated. Our vibration will be higher, or at least this is the intention of what I'm trying to do. So the 7 emotional attributes that we're going to work on, they are one of them, loving and kindness, justice and discipline, harmony and compassion, endurance, humility, bonding, and number 7 is the sovereignty and the leadership. And those emotions and everything together, it makes us who we are today. Every single person, no matter who it is, it has all those attributes. The fact that they are more enlightened or less, that they're still there, they're still present in a negative way or in a positive way. What we're trying to do, we're trying to make it all positive and make it all greater. I'm going to tell you for now that, for example, today is the 12th day of the Omer. And being the 12th day of the Omer, I'm just going to tell you that in this week we're going to be working the humility and discipline. What does it mean to be humble? It's not the results of discipline and might without humility are obvious. The greatest catastrophes have occurred as a result of people sitting in arrogant judgment of others. As I, arrogant, in the name of justice, do I ever think that I sit on a higher pedestal and bestow judgment on my subjects below? What about my children? Exercise for today. It will be, before judging anyone, ensure that you are doing so selflessly with no personal bias. So before judging anyone, we kind of have to judge ourselves. To be human, to have the discipline of appreciating what is around you correctly, you have to establish what are your human values, your personal human values, what are your personal priorities in life. And for today, as a lesson for today, it is to sit down and think of the 5 most important things for you in your life. How you appreciating them? What do you do to keep them active, to keep in your life, to keep them close to you in your life? Sit down and think about. Meantime, I'm going to tell you another beautiful story that I found it out recently about the Beltane Festival. Well, Beltane Festival coincides with Lag BaOmer, with the Festival of Light. I have on my mind, I have Brenda and I have Heather. And I remember last year that both of you, and Emily it was, yes, all 3 of you tried to celebrate somehow Lag BaOmer. I remember Heather who made a fire, a little fire in the backyard. I remember Brenda and Emily. I remember Emily being scared of not activating the fire alarm in the apartment. and Brenda doing it as well and succeeding to, come on guys, I'm sure you remember we did it last year, is the festival who it's meant to bring to activate the fertility. And when I say fertility, I'm not talking only about getting pregnant and making children. I'm not only talking about that. I'm talking about fertility for your psychic, for your life experiences. I'm talking about all your experiences and everything in your life to get enhanced, to become a better person. Just think about, as we're doing every Wednesday, got to the conclusion that everything is happening for a reason. It's happening for... Now, Beltane is a Celtic word which means the fire of Bel. Bel being a deity in a Celtic in the Celtic word. It is a fire festival that celebrates of the coming summer and the fertility of the coming year. Essentially, at some point, they used to take the year as being starting with the spring, and in our case, the end of spring, to the autumn, where they pick up all the grains, and they essentially what they're celebrating with the festival is that everything to be full of richness in the agricultural way. That's what they pray, and that's what they celebrating. Celtic festivals often tied with the needs of the community. In springtime, at the beginning of the farming calendar, everybody will be hoping for a fruitful year for their families and for their fields. Festivities generally involve the fire, which even for the Celts was thought to cleanse, purify, and increase fertility. Cattle were often passed between two fires, and the property of the flame and the smoke were seen to ensure the fertility of the herd. Fire is still the most important element of most Beltane celebrations, and there are many traditions associated with it. It is seen to have purifying qualities which cleanse and revitalize. People leap over the Beltane fire to bring good fortune, fertility of mind, body and spirit, and happiness through the coming year. So, what I'm doing today, I am not trying to move everybody to start to celebrate pagan religion. The whole parallel I made today, it was to bring you a bit of a story and connect those celebrations together. So celebrations that they've been celebrated for thousands and thousands of years. Today, Belatne Festival is a pagan festival, but Lag BaOmer, it's celebrated every year in Jewish religion. New moon, between this new moon and the next new moon, there are lots of important events are going to happen and going to reveal in front of our eyes. I want us to have the knowledge. I want us to have eyes open for opportunity, open for anything it can come in our lives, and we want to come. We need to stay open. We need to stay safe. We need to stay sane. Everybody, I'm trying to set up the system now that every day you're going to receive a homework. Don't forget, I will repeat the homework. I will put it down in a text and you will see it below after you're going to watch the video. I'll see everybody soon. Bye.